Hello, welcome to this week's weekly weight loss vlog. We're back again. It is the first Monday of August, 5th of August 2024. So we're doing last week, which I hate it when it crosses over. Obviously, yesterday was the 4th of August, so we're doing, what was last, was it the 29th? I think it was the 29th of July to the 4th of August. I'm not looking it up. That's what I'm going with. So that's what we're at. Yeah, it was a good week last week, actually. It kind of didn't end in a way the way I wanted it to end in terms of calories, but Monday to Friday was very, very good. I'll go through it in a second. I will go through it very, very shortly. Monday to Friday was good, and then the weekend was a little bit wayward. I'll tell you why, but I've got the breaking strain of a soggy Kit Kat at times, so I'll tell you why. But yeah, it was a really good week, actually. I had a good week in terms of just life. Life was good last week. I enjoyed it. Busy with work, which is all good, but I had a really nice weekend. No check-in for me, and I'm sticking to that. Not going near the steps of doom. No, not going near the happy step. It is a happy step. It should be a happy step. Not going near the scales. That's this week. So we'll be on the scales this week. Actually, up until the weekend, I felt really good. I felt like I was sort of getting rid of my bloat. And then over the weekend, I've gained my bloat back. But I'm going to work on that this week. Hence why I'm currently topping up the old water and making sure I get nice and hydrated. Okay, so no checking to go through. But yeah, it was a good week, and I feel like things were really sort of going well. Yeah, until maybe the weekend. Right, let's get into it. Come on. Let's get the old calories. There's no checking to go through. Let's just go straight into the old calories. Let's have a look at these badges. Let's see what's what. Okay, so yeah, Monday to Friday was good. And do you know what? Because I had nothing on at the weekend. As it were. I was actually quite chilled with my calories during the week. So the week before, I'd banked about 2,300 calories going into the weekend and was 500 calories under my ideal deficit. I'm going to have a little bit more food freedom during the week. Anyway, I had 2,419 calories on Monday, 1,979 on Tuesday, actually quite low. This is last week, isn't it? No, it's not. I'm reading the week before. Right, you will have the correct ones pinned. Right, this is the correct one. You're like, Neil, we can just see the pinned one you pinned anyway. You had that on after you've done the video, so it don't matter. Right, okay. 2,183 on Monday, 2,335 on Tuesday, 2,178 on Wednesday, and 2,329 on Thursday, and then 2,781. So I actually went 31 calories over, and that's where I gave myself that bit of extra food freedom on Friday. I was like, I'm not bothered about banking any calories because I've got nothing on this weekend. And on Friday, we did have pizza, which I will go through very, very shortly when I look at my eating. So just bank calories Monday to Thursday last week. I think I ended up with about 1,800. You do the math, I can't be arsed. If you add them all up, I think I did about I think it was about 1,800, 1,850 going into the weekend. And I said to myself on Friday, I'm going to do have a calorie, like a standard calorie day, as it were. My niece came up for the weekend. Rachel went over to her mum's on Thursday and picked her niece up. She came back with her on Thursday. So we had Poppy over Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So, we did pizza. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a little bit more food freedom over the weekend. And that was kind of a bit of an impromptu thing. I didn't realise she was coming up. If I'd known she was coming up, this isn't the reason why I've gone over my calories, because as you can see there, it was minus 31 on Friday, minus 1611 on Saturday, and minus 870 yesterday. So Saturday was a bit of a calorific day. If I'd known my niece was coming up, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'm probably going to need a bit more food freedom. But I didn't know. And it just is what it is. Sometimes you've just got to roll with the punches on the old weight loss journey. We can try and be as proactive as possible when it comes to losing weight. What I mean by being proactive, planning your week ahead, right? I've got something on this weekend, so I'll try and bank a few more calories. I've got nothing on this weekend, so I'll have a bit more food freedom. But sometimes your plans get upskittled. And all you've got to do in that case is sometimes you've just got to roll with it and just do the best you can. And that's exactly what I've done this week. And I've ended up minus 537 over my ideal deficit, not over my calories for the week, not over my calorie burn for the week. I've not gained any weight. I've just ended up over my ideal deficit. And I try and stick to a 4,000 calorie deficit a week. So I'm still in a 3,463 deficit, which will be enough to lose just about one of these badges, a pound of body fat. So I'm all good. I am happy with that. Right, let's go through. Eating last week was belting. That is something I will give myself for last week. Eating was top tier. Had some great food. I'm such a foodie. I really, really am. I was talking about this on TikTok this morning. Yeah, I was talking about this on TikTok this morning. I absolutely love food. Okay, Monday morning. I said breakfast last Monday. And I was feeling a little bit, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'd had a few less calories. I don't know. I just felt like I don't eat breakfast on Mondays. I've not eaten breakfast today. Or it's very rare I eat breakfast on Monday. But I just felt like I needed some. And I needed a pep to go to the gym. So I ended up having, I didn't take a picture of it, a mixture of, I had this again during the week. So I'll show you a picture of that. I actually had a mixture of cereal, which I love. I love my cereal. It has been a game changer. I love cereal in the morning. I do. But that cereal, high protein, high fiber, zero sugar. And it tastes good. That's the important thing. But obviously, I wanted a pep for the gym. Energy. Energy is carbs. And the best form of carbs for energy, instant energy, is sugar. Sometimes sugar does have a good place in the world. I was saying this again on my TikTok live this morning. You've got these elite, everyone demonizes food so much without any context. Overconsumption of anything is poisonous to the human body, including water, right? You can drink too much water, right? But, and obviously there's certain things that we can consume that is going to be detrimental to our health a lot sooner than others, or a lot quicker than others, or it's a lot easier to overconsume. Does that make sense? So, to overconsume enough water for it to be detrimental to our health is pretty damn hard, right? Same with things like broccoli and apples and carrots and spuds, yeah? To overconsume sugar where it's detrimental to our health is quite easy, all right? So it's all about balance. But, you see these marathon runners or long distance runners or athletes, all athletes eat carbs, right? And you might be like, well, that's because they're an athlete. Well, yeah, because carbs is the preferred form of energy. There's nothing to stop anyone doing a bit of exercise, right? Now, they eat a lot of carbohydrates. And you'll see like long distance runners with these gels that they're chucking in their trap. And that's just pure sugar. They're literally consuming pure sugar, and they're some of the healthiest people in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, yeah, they're consuming pure sugar because it'll digest very, very quickly into their system. It'll raise their blood sugars, and that'll give them more energy for carrying on their performance. So I'm not saying, if you're not doing any long distance running, you should be spooning in pure sugar into your trap. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to say it's all about balance. And for me, going to the gym, I wanted an instant hit of energy. So if you eat anything that, like, if you eat sugar with protein and fiber, it slows down the release of that energy. But if I just had a bowl of cereal, the release of carbs into my system would have been a lot slower than actually having a mix. So I had a mix. I had some cereal and some sugary cereal. And that gave me a bump in the morning to, give me a bit of an energy boost. And I trained great on Monday. I really, really did. Sometimes Mondays can be a bit Monday blues, a bit lethargic. I don't eat breakfast on a Monday. Maybe that's a correlation. But anyway, I trained great on Monday. Really, really good. Lunch. What did I have for lunch? Let's have a look there. Do you know what? I don't know if I had that, or did I have that? I've got in my app bacon, eggs, and beans. Oh no, I did. I had bacon, egg, and beans, and mushrooms. I did. I was like, did I have that? Yes, I did. I had bacon, egg, beans, and mushrooms, and it was absolutely bad. Again, just something I fancied. It was absolutely delicious. 520 calories. My breakfast, by the way, I had 50 grams of cereal and 50 grams of sugary cereal and 150 mils of milk. 476 calories. My lunch, 520 calories. I had some rice crackers as an afternoon snack. Rachel bought it from Aldi. I didn't really want an afternoon snack, but I just wanted to try them. So I had 107 calories worth of these sweet chili rice, and they are delicious. If you see them in Aldi, grab them. Nice for a little snack. Again, very low in protein, high in carbohydrates. But really would be lovely with a little bit of maybe a chopped up baby bell on, or a little bit of Parma or something. I don't know. I just wanted to try it. Tea, Friday night. Oh, Friday night. Don't get ahead of yourself. Monday night. Rachel tagged me in this reel. And basically, it was a roast dinner fondue. Yeah. Now, I don't know where you're from in the world watching this, or where you are from in the UK, but two things get us northern men excited. I won't mention the first one, but the second one is gravy, right? I absolutely love gravy. So, Rachel tagged me in this reel of basically a roast dinner fondue. So basically a chopping board. It was a chopping board with a roast dinner on it, and then a big bowl of gravy in the middle. But it had like little baked bread rolls on there as well. So the people that were eating it were like basically making like little roast dinner butties and then dipping it in the gravy. So I did that, and I was like, what a great idea. It's just a roast dinner on a plate. It was amazing. It was so good. Just literally, instead of just eating a roast dinner on a plate, I was literally just picking up a bit of chicken, dipping it in the gravy and eating it. I did make a little sandwich. I did put 2 bread rolls on there, so I did make a little sandwich, bit of stuffing, and dipping. But you dip anything in gravy, especially if you're from Lancashire, it makes everything amazing. There we go. That was it. Veggies, and it's just basically deconstructed roast dinner. It was a stupid day to do it because it was flipping red hot. But I don't think I can have roast dinner other than doing a roast dinner fondue, just with a big tub of gravy in the middle of it ever again. It was superb, and I can't wait for winter because I'll have it once a week. And then an Oreo grenade bar in bed. That was funny. Tuesday, I did the same thing with the cereal thing. A bit of a mix of cereal, 50-50 and 150 grams of milk. It worked well for Monday for training. It worked well for Tuesday for training. And then the rest of Tuesday, we went very Chinese. I went Chinese themed. So for my dinner, I did chicken and veg in some oyster sauce with some rice. Afternoon snack wasn't. I actually did a bit of content again for Surreal Cereal. So I ate the bowl of that. So I had some more cereal, just 50 grams though this time. And then tea, again, another reel Rachel had tagged me in, was like, it was a crispy chicken chow mein. I have recorded it for Reels. I've not put it on Reels and TikTok. I will post it tonight. It was like a crispy chicken chow mein. 730 calories, massive portion. And that was with some prawn crackers on the side. Again, absolutely lovely. Next time I make it, and I'm going to make it again, in the reel they made like a sauce for the chow mein, like with a bit of oyster sauce, bit of soy, bit of honey, and a few other bits. I wouldn't do that. I'm just going to do noodles as like a normal plain chow mein, bit of soy sauce in there, a bit of MSG as always, do the crispy chicken, and then I'm going to do Chinese curry sauce to drizzle over the top. That'd be better. It was really good. And then again, an Oreo protein bar in bed. Wednesday breakfast. Let's do breakfast first, Neil. Back to protein pancakes. I had my protein pancakes Wednesday for breakfast. Had a noodle bowl. Where are the noodles? I can't show them you. You can see the bowl. They're up there, and I can't be bothered getting up. I've had them before. I've probably done them on a weight loss on a weekly weight loss vlog before, but I've not had them for ages. And I was like, it's fantastic. So doing a ramen bowl, and I get these noodles from Costco. And basically, they're amazing. They're really, really good. Put a bit of chicken in there, a bit of broccoli in there. In fact, I might have them for lunch today, to be honest with you. 559 calories to this little ramen bowl. It just had cooked chicken breast, which I did cook myself in the air fryer. Some broccoli, which I'd pre-boiled, did it in the pan for 2 or 3 minutes, chopped it up. And then one of these noodle bowls. Absolutely delicious. And they have 24 grams of fibre in them. So it's 53. And honestly, I didn't need an afternoon snack. I have one of them for my lunch, and I'm full till tea. Tea, I'm looking here. Oh, I did a salad. I did a crispy chicken salad. So I did some chicken tenders diced up. I made some little croutons using a bagel out the freezer. And then a nice bowl of salad, a little bit of ranch dressing, some crispy onions on top, and a little bit of barbecue sauce. For 620 calories. My noodle bowl was 560. My pancakes was 500 calories. And then in bed at night time, I had a Calippo because it was warm. Yeah, just have a clip out. I had a bag of chipsticks, half a protein. Oh no, I had a bag. Do you know what? My calories have been low on Wednesday. I did 5, 5, and 6, so I'd only eaten 1,600 calories up to go to bed. So I had a bag of chipsticks for 83 calories. I had a protein bar. I think I had 1.5 protein bars. Looking at the I did. I had 1.5 protein bars, 320 calories because Rachel only wanted half, and I had a Calippo as well. So that was Wednesday's calories. Thursday's calories. Again, it's a cereal cereal. I had just 8 grams of cereal cereal with milk for my breakfast. At lunch, I was back on the bacon and eggs. For lunch, again, pretty much exactly the same thing. I forgot to take a picture of it, I think. I'll have a look through my phone. One of them I forgot to take a picture of. It was either Mondays. In fact, you know what? I'll just put... I had the same meal, so I'm possibly putting the same picture in for both. Anyway, you know what I had. And then my niece came up Thursday night. Didn't have an afternoon snack Thursday again. My niece came up Thursday night. Joe, I've got out of the habits of having a protein shake, but my protein's still been pretty decent. I've just got out of the habit of having an afternoon protein shake. And I do need to get back into it a little bit, I think. Anyway, my niece came up Thursday night and I basically did burgers. I did a low-fat burger in a bun, brioche bun with some cheese, and did a few skin-on fries, which were just frozen skin-on fries from Aldi. I normally do air-fried chips, but my niece isn't a massive fan of air-fried chips. She's 14. I want proper chips. Anyway, there you go. Then I had a grenade bar and a bag of crisps in bed at night time. So again, a little bit of a treat. Friday for breakfast, I had again on the cereal cereal. I had a little bowl of cereal cereal and I had an almond yogurt. Again, I don't think I've took a picture of this. I feel I'm being a bit rubbish with my pictures this week. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. That was breakfast. Lunch was the most random lunch in the world. It was 870 calories, so it was a bit calorific. But I knew I was eating my average calories on Friday. I wanted to get a bit of food freedom, so I wasn't like, I need to, and I was eating up out the fridge. Sorry, we had a cheese and onion quiche that needed eating. I had half a tin of barbecue beans that needed eating, and I had some chicken tenders that needed eating. So I had 2 chicken tenders, I had half a tin of barbecue beans and a quiche. Very, very random. Still managed 53 grams of protein and 9 grams of fibre in there. 870 calories though. Was a bit calorific. Afternoon snack, nothing again. And then the pizzas. Okay, so if you follow me on socials and if you watch any of my lives on socials, I invested on Thursday in a Ninja pizza oven. It is something I've wanted for ages. I love pizza. And very kindly was sent a load of pizza ingredients from the Northern Dough Company. Now, they sent me a load of stuff last year for free. So it was gifted. They wanted me to try. I'd done a post about pizza on Instagram. They'd seen it and said, would I be interested in trying their pizza doughs? They are available Tesco, Waitrose, Boots if you're from around my area. I think Sainsbury's do them as well. Anyway, if you like making your own pizzas, the dough is amazing. It's very, very good. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea how much it costs because I've been gifted it. But it's really good dough. Anyway, they messaged me on maybe last Monday saying, we've done a new protein dough. Would you be interested in trying it? I was like, yeah, of course I would. Get it over and I'll give it a go. Anyway, that then prompted me to think, do you know what? And I've wanted one of these pizza ovens for ages, and they're on sale at the moment, and I've wondered hard about it, so I bought one. So I got one. I thought I'll try the new protein dough from Northern Dough Company. I'm gonna get my pizza oven. Anyway, they're on sale, 250 quid. What a piece of kit. I love Ninja anyway. I've got a Ninja kettle, I've got a Ninja air fryer, I've got a Ninja mixer, I've got a Ninja blender, I've got Ninja pans, I've got Ninja knives. I'm Mr. Ninja. I love their stuff. Anyway, I've got the pizza oven and it was awesome. Anyway, so we did homemade pizzas. This was my first attempt. Yeah, all right. The pizza was amazing as well. I put so much effort into making it. And I stuck it in the oven, and basically these things get really hot, like really hot. and it says it cooks a pizza in 2 minutes 30. So I put it in for 2 minutes 30 on a timer, and the timer ended. And when I put it in the pizza oven, I went, because they're outside, they're for outside use only, so it was outside near the barbecue. Went back in the house to get the next pizza to sort that one out, to bring it out. So it had been in I set a timer on Alexa for 2 minutes when I come in. So, and when the timer for Alexa finished, I did go back outside. I think it had been in for 3 minutes, cremated. That's how hot they are. And I'm like, oh. And I was, in my head, I'm like, well, it's too hot then. Because I thought, there's no way it's cooked the dough and everything in 3 minutes. So it's going to be raw in the middle, cremated on the outside. So I've faffed about with it for how do I turn the pizza setting down to like, you can't. It's set at 370. Just don't put it in as long. Anyway, here's the second attempt. That was in for 2 minutes. Still slight, probably for some people probably bob on. Some people slightly over. 2 minutes. That was banging though. That was, in fact, the one I cremated, I cut all the crust off and I ate the middle of it and it was fine. But that one was lovely. But that was just 2 minutes from a raw dough. 2 minutes. Anyway, I did a garlic bread, half cheese, half butter. That went in for 1 minute 50 seconds. Perfect. So it literally will cut one of these northern dough pizza base in 1 minute 50 seconds from scratch. And do you know what? The pizzas were ace. Anyway, so I ate 1,150 calories. My pizza that I made was 1,000 calories, but I ate it. Well, I cut off all the crust. So I had to kind of guesstimate a little bit because I ate that and I had a little bit of the garlic bread and I had a bit extra of it. Anyway, I've tracked it as 1150. There we go. And then at night time, also, I've not took a picture of it. I've got some left in the fridge, so I'll take a picture of it and I will post it. I'm just thinking I hadn't took a picture of it, but I will do. I made a Rocky Road I've started making Rocky Roads and I absolutely love them. Right? So Rocky Road, it was milk chocolate and inside the Rocky Road we put in M&M's, Oreo bites, marshmallows, and crunchy, and some biscuits as well. Anyway, I had a piece of that. Only a small bit. I tracked it as 200 calories because I weighed it out and I put it in as 4 mini Rocky Road bites because it was the same weight as that from M&S. So I had that. Saturday, I did my first spin class on Saturday, and do you know what? I was so nervous about it. I don't mind admitting it because it's 2.5 years since I've instructed spin. And, obviously you get, I never used to be nervous about it. I used to teach spin sometimes 5-6 times a week. But I had 2 regular classes with spin and I loved it. I loved teaching it. But when I transitioned more into an online weight loss coach from being transitioned more into an online weight loss coach from being a personal trainer, I didn't go to the gym anywhere near as much, and the class times that I was doing just didn't fit in. It just didn't fit in. I used to do 5:15 Mondays and 5:15 Tuesdays. So you basically, I like doing lives in the evenings and this, that, and the other, and it just didn't fit in. So I give up the class. I give up instructing. And I have missed it. I love teaching group fitness. I really, really do. So the opportunity a few weeks ago came up. I know I've talked about this before, to teach again on a Saturday morning. And Saturday morning's fitting with me perfectly. All I do on a Saturday is I do a TikTok live, which I enjoy doing, and then I'll catch up on a little bit of work, and then that's kind of me. And we have actually started, me and Rach, going to the gym a bit more on Saturdays and missing a day during the week. So I'm like, I sort of go to the gym anyway on a Saturday. So maybe I can just do my weights during, if we just went 1 week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll just do my weights, and then do my spin as my cardio on a Saturday. So I just thought, do you know what? It works. It just works for me. So anyway, I done it. Anyway, I was nervous about it. I can't lie. 2 reasons why I'm nervous about it. Number one, people can be a little bit defensive. Is that the word? Defensive when it comes to classes? Yeah, it probably is the word. People don't like change. They like their instructor. So when I first started doing spin in 2018, I had the same thing. People were like, oh, who's this guy doing spin? 6'5", hardly fits on a spin bike, really. 20 stone. Where's me normal instructor in this, that, and that? Anyway, people did enjoy my classes. So, and my classes were always really, really busy. But I thought I'm going to get the same thing because it's been 2.5 years. There's a lot of new members. Anyway, there was one person in the class that did do my previous spin classes, and they were really glad to see me back. And everyone else was lovely. It was a very quiet class. That's going to have to change over the next few weeks, few months. Quiet anyway because it's summer, but I'm used to instructing. Last time I did a class, I think there was 35 people in the class. There's 40 spin bikes in the studio. I think there was 9 in on Saturday, so that needs to change. Maybe it's because I was teaching. I have no idea. But anyway, I was nervous about it because, like I say, what reception was I going to get instructing again, and B, I didn't know if I could do the class. I'll be honest with you. I'm not as fit as I was 2.5 years ago because I don't exercise as much as I used to. And don't get me wrong, I exercise a lot. I go to the gym 5 times a week. But when I was teaching spin, I was a personal trainer. So that, I was moving all day. Like I say, I used to do several spin classes a week, plus other classes like your body pumps and your stuff like that. That was instructing. So my fitness isn't the level it was. Plus my mobility has decreased since I used to teach. My knees have definitely got worse. Maybe it's because I'm moving less. Could be. My knees have got worse. So I generally was like, it could have been a case halfway through I'd have always completed the class, but whether I would have completed it on the bike or not, and, I was kind of like in two minds whether I'd have to, at the end of the class, message the guy that runs the gym and go, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this week in, week out. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I smashed the class. Absolutely boxed it off. I loved it. I had no adverse reactions from my body doing it. And it was like I'd not been away, if I'm being honest with you. So that was great. Anyway, straight after I did the class fasted. I don't really eat before I do any intense exercise. So straight afterwards, for a bit of recovery, I had some yogurt coated raisins just to give myself a bit of a pep because my blood sugars always drop quite low when I do intense exercise. And I had a grenade Oreo bar. That was my breakfast on Breakfast of Champions on Saturday. At lunch, took my niece out to Nando's. So this is my Nando's order. It's not my regular Nando's order, actually. My regular Nando's order normally is I normally get half a chicken and 3 chicken wings. And then me and Rach we get peri peri chips and garlic bread, and then I normally get something like rainbow slaw and corn for a bit of goodness, and we split our sides. Anyway, with my niece being there, we just sort of all went individual, and I just fancied the mac and cheese. And I'll tell you why I fancied the mac and cheese. You'll see for Sunday's food. But, anyway, I think I talked about it last week. Nando's have brought out their own range of, Aldi brought out their own range of Nando's dupes. And the mac and cheese was lovely. And I was like, do you know what? I have had the Nando's mac and cheese before. I thought, I'm going to have this. Because I was basically having the Nando's range on Sunday, which you'll see. Just as a comparison. And do you know what? I think the Nando's dupe from Aldi, the mac and cheese, is better than the Nando's one. Certainly is for the money. Anyway, so I had mac and cheese, I had a chicken wrap, and I had some corn, and it was lovely. And I've tracked that as 1,522 calories. It was a double chicken wrap, which is 694 calories. Right. I had some halloumi on the side as well. Is that in the picture? I have no idea. That was 150. I've tracked that as 150 calories. My niece got garlic bread and she only ate one piece of it, so I ate the other piece, 183 calories. And then the mac and cheese was 500 calories. So yeah, 1,522 calories for my Nando's. We then got a McFlurry afterwards, which was, I got an Oreo McFlurry for 258 calories. And then this is what's tipped my calories over. So the sun was shining. I have the braking strain of a soggy Kit Kat. I was chuffed to bits because I'd managed to do that spin class. And I looked at the forecast and the weather was a bit rubbish for the next week or two. So I basically was giving up the beers I was going to go till bank holiday. Originally I was going to go till bank holiday. I then, in my head, said, no, I'm going to go till Friday the 16th of August because it's the start of the Premier League season. Man United are starting the Premier League off on the Friday night, playing Fulham. So I'm going to have a couple of beers then. I'm now teaching spin Saturday morning, so I will not drink alcohol Friday night while I'm doing spin Saturday mornings. So then I pushed it back to the Charity Shield, which is next Saturday. I thought, do you know what? Charity Shield's on next Saturday. United City. It's like the opening, last friendly of the season. It's the opening of the Premier League. So I'll have a couple, and that'll be 4 weeks off the pop. Brilliant. Not happened, has it? My mate messaged me, what are you doing? Not a lot. Why? Well, I've just had a quick beer and I fancy another one. Do you fancy a couple at the pub? And it was in my head, to be honest with you. And I said, yeah. So I went to the pub. I had 4 pints. I had 1 pint of Stella. We went to another pub and I had a pint of Cruz Campo. And then back to the original pub and I had a couple of Madries. So I had 4 pints on Saturday afternoon. And, 4 pints of what I drank was 816 calories, which I hadn't accounted for that in my weekly calories, as it were. So that's really what's tipped me over the edge. Anyway, there you go. So I had 4 pints on Saturday afternoon, and then came home and I did a posh cottage pie. My niece said her favourite food was cottage pie. Rachel doesn't like mince. She does not like mince. So again, I saw this on Reels. Some guy did, and he did a really posh cottage pie. It was basically used like stewing steak with wine and shallots and all this and the other, and then put mash on top. So instead of using mince, he used steak. But anyway, I kind of did my version of that. So I kind of did a beef stew with cottage pie. Very wintry food this week, considering how bloody warm it's been. Anyway, there you go. So that was it after it came out of the oven. Bit of cheese on top as well. Oh my God, it was good. And do you know what? It was only 650 calories for that portion. If you see the portion now. Only 650 calories. Lean steak. Little bit of oil, obviously, to fry it off. But then loads of veggies. Bit of stock, a little bit of gravy, bit of gravy granules to thicken it. Just a mash on top with a little bit of light soft cheese and then a bit of cheese on top and then some tender stem broccoli. And it was banging. And in fact, I think I said about having a noodle. I've got a portion left of that. That is going to be my lunch today. I'm having that for my lunch to finish it off. And then nighttime, we had a film night. We got a film on Sky Store. I think Bad Boys Ride or Die on Sky Store. Again, my niece's choice. So we watched the new Bad Boys film and we had a film night and I had about 600 calories worth of snacks, I think. Some crisps were out, some popcorn was out. Some of the Rocky Road I made was out. Anyway, great day eating. Loved it. But a very healthy tea. Very healthy tea. The rest of it wasn't healthy at all. And then Sunday, last day, had a bowl of shreddies in the morning. I love it. Just a normal cereal on a Sunday morning. Didn't take a picture of it. Bacon sandwich for lunch. And then I tried the Big Daddy, the viral chocolates. These were brought out by M&S for Father's Day. And then this Dubai chocolate seems to have gone like really viral, which is basically pistachio. But a lot of people have sort of come on and said the M&S Big Daddy is similar to the Dubai chocolate. I have no idea. For me, it was like a massive Snickers, if I'm being honest with you, because it's peanut. Anyway, Rachel's mum, we took our niece back yesterday, and Rachel's mum had grabbed us one. They come into stock at her local M&S, so she grabbed us one, and I tried it yesterday, and that was lovely. So I had some of that in the afternoon and a bag of crisps. Again, Sundays are never that healthy for me. And then tea last night. My Ninja pizza oven is also a smoker, so I smoked some pork ribs in there. So we had some mac and cheese, some garlic bread, some pork ribs and some chicken tenders for 1,276 calories. It's a bit of a calorific tea last night. And then we had a few snacks last night as well. I had a couple of biscuits, I've had a little bit of a weekend blowout, if I'm being honest with you. Again, I'm only 500 over my calories for the week, but the big thing for me is I went out and had a few beers. And if I hadn't had those few beers on, I'd have been under my ideal deficit, even with all that lovely eating. But it is what it is. And like I say, sometimes you've just got to roll with it. So this week, even though it's the Charity Shield, I won't be drinking this weekend. I'm always trying to do 1 weekend, 1 week off, on and off. So no drinking this weekend for the Charity Shield. No drinking actually the weekend after for the United game. Though we have got a bit of a party to go to on the Saturday. So whether I have a couple of beers or not, I don't know. Bank holiday, I'm going out. So I'm going to go out bank holiday. Then it'll be a weekend off. Then I'm in Edinburgh for a weekend, which I'm looking forward to. We've got a little sort of mini break in Edinburgh for a weekend. And then our last summer holidays in October, last holiday of the summer. So it'll be a pretty clear September after that. There we go. That's it. That's my eating anyway for the week. Should we have a look at some movement? Let's see where the movement was. Steps were good. 10,748 a day on average. Less, yes, 7,000 steps done yesterday. But my hips and my knees were sore yesterday after doing spin. Not injured, just a reaction from doing the class. That will get better the more I do it as I go on. My knees will strengthen up, my hips will strengthen up. Probably just need to work on doing a little bit of stretching and stuff like that. A bit more stretching after the class. But all in all, my steps were decent. You know, I don't want my steps to drop because I'm doing spin, but it is something I'm going to be a little bit for the next few weeks. Over the weekend, I know I'm probably going to, my steps on a Sunday are definitely going to be, they normally are a bit lower anyway, but they're definitely going to be lower because just depending on, like I say, reaction I have from doing the spin. But my steps, you know, and as you can see there, I've averaged 10,748 steps over the week. And Wednesday, I mean, I think I was about 100 steps off on Wednesday. But still, Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday, I was under 10,000 steps. But obviously, as you can see there, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, a good bit above. That's why we always look at averages. But I'm happy with my steps. 10,748 steps a day on average. Good level of movement. And then if we look at that exercise, let's get all these up. First of all, weight training. Didn't go Friday. Forgot the gym bag. Forgot our bands to get in the gym. Forgot our water bottles. Gym bag was in the car because I went without Rach on Thursday because she went to her mum's. And we got there on Friday and we were a bit late getting there. And I was just like, let's just skip the gym today. So we did. So I did weights. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I hit up the, let me get, what else have I done this week? I've got 4 in somewhere. Oh, that's right. That's right. Cross trainer, I did Monday, Tuesday and Thursday as well, which is why my weights calorie burns is a little bit less those 3 days because I wanted to add some cross trainer in there just to bump my steps up a little bit, and I will be doing that this week as well. And then Wednesday and Saturday, obviously, Wednesday, Saturday, I say Wednesday, Saturday. Wednesday, jumped on the spin bike just for 20 minutes just to, again, a bit of practice as it were. Where's that one? There it is. A bit of practice as it were. 295 calories. And then the class, 38 minutes of work, 635 calories burned at spin. And I'll actually bring up my workout from doing the spin. So as you can see there, workout time was 38 minutes, 48 seconds. Total calories is 752. So if you use an Apple Watch, you'll see active calories. So basically, my active calories was 635. My total calories was 752. And basically, if you take active calories away from total calories, the bit there, which is 100 and what 20, is my metabolism. So my metabolism burned 120 calories in 38 minutes, and then activity-wise, I did 635. Heart rate averaged 152 beats per minute for the whole class, which is pretty intense exercise, especially as I started out quite low. And then that also includes my recovery and my stretch out at the end. And my heart rate peaked at 176. So that was the highest I took my heart rate. But nice and consistent throughout the workout. If you see the heart rate monitor there, it built up obviously over the first few minutes of the class, and then when we sort of got about I would say got about 5 minutes or so in, so after the warm-up track, my heart rate stayed pretty consistent until, you know, it decided to plummet itself down coming out of the class at 10 o'clock. There we go. So that is my movement. That's the week. That's it. All done and dusted. Simple, straightforward. Yes, I've got over my... Sorry, I'm just checking my watch and it says more light required. I am so hoping it continued recording. It is quite dark in here. I've got my blind shut because the sun was coming through. Anyway, last 2 minutes, I'll stick my light on. Anyway, that's it for this week. Yes, what am I taking from this week? I've gone over my ideal calories. Sometimes you've got to roll with the punches a little bit. What was planned to be the week changed a little bit. On top of that, I succumbed and treated myself to a couple of pints in the pub, and I did feel I deserved it after doing my first class in 2.5 years. Don't get me wrong, you know, my class there said I burnt 635 calories. I didn't. I probably burnt 400. Very optimistic at fitness watches. So to go and eat, to go and consume 800 calories worth of beer because you've burnt 400 calories in a class, yeah, it doesn't quite work. And a lot of people do that. You can be very, very wary of that. A lot of people start going to the gym 2-3 times a week, and because now I'm exercising, they start eating a lot more. You don't actually burn that many calories exercising. So, but for me, I do not mind a bit of a work and reward mentality. So, you know, I'm like, yeah, I've done good. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to go and have a couple of beers. So I was happy with that. And overall, I'm still well in a calorie deficit last week. Eating was excellent, not in terms of health. Health wasn't bad, you know, a good few veggies and fruits consumed. And if I look through, I think next week, I don't know if I remember, next week I will show you. I get a lot of people asking about sugar and about fibre. So next week I might record and go through. It's check-in week next week, so it could be a busy one. Leave it with me, but in the future I will go through like some other things that I do look at. I look at my fats, I look at my fibre, I look at my protein intake. I don't need to get wrapped up in numbers because it can end up being complicated. But if I actually go through, you know, the amount of fibre I've consumed, the amount of protein I've consumed, the amount of sugar I've consumed, the amount of saturated fat, everything's good. It's all good. So I had a really good week eating. Just had a really good week. Yeah, just really enjoyed last week. Some of the food I ate last week was amazing and still within calories. And that's how your eating should be. Right, that's it. I'm off. Keep a lookout this week on the old YouTubes. I'm going to try and do another one of my Q&As. I'm also going to try and do another podcast this week. Try and get a podcast kicked in as well. I'm doing a little mini-series with the podcast at the moment. I've done weight loss injections and I've done the carnivore diet. Both those things for me are classed as fad diets. So I'm kind of doing a little mini-series on fad diets. So I'm going to do Slimming World. If I don't get it recorded this week, I'll do it next week. But it is on the list. Anyway, have a wonderful week, whatever you're doing. Everything's in the description as always if you want to come and work with me, if you're struggling with anything, and yeah, and until next time our paths cross, make sure as always you are bossing your weight loss.